piece of junk.
Hi there and welcome to Trash Compactor. In this episode I'm going to be stripping some vintage droids and repainting them. So I've got these Death Star droids. They're pretty loose, they're trashed. I got them in bundles of figures on eBay. My vintage one from when I was a child is actually in really good nick. These seem to be white underneath, and what I'm going to be doing is knocking one back, probably keeping it in its original state. Another one I'm going to be painting using this awesome paint that I discovered from a company called Culture Hustle, and it's this mirror paint which I've been using on a few different droid customs, and I have to admit there's this droid I was playing with and I used the mirror paint on the dome, and it gives a really nice finish. A couple of coats, it's like painting with mercury. It gives a really nice shine. Not as shiny as probably an original chromed Death Star droid, but these are silver and they probably should be in a black chrome, to be honest. But what I'm also going to be doing is I've got a couple of C3POs. One I've got, as you can see, this one's rubbed off, is a loose limb, sort of C3PO. It's got a bit of rub, but it's got that brown chestnut moulded plastic, which I want to get back to that because I think that'd be really nice to add to my droid collection, just to have that one strip droid. And then of course the most common one is the yellowy style plastic, which looks like the C3PO from the Droids TV program. There's a sticker on there that I applied. I had this in my Jawa droid setup, so I stuck a sticker on the waist. But it's a perfect example. See what happens to strip and then paint. So I could just paint over it, but I want to remove the chrome that's on there. So what I've heard is that you can use oven cleaner. Now I don't know why, but oven cleaner seems to only comes in bags and stuff, and then I found Mr. Muscle oven cleaner. Other brands are available. I'm going to try this. So I think it's a foam. It's a spray. So what I'm going to do is I've got a glass. Let's see what happens. Whoa, okay. Yep, that's gas yourself with citrus flavourings. Removes tough grease. Give it a shake. Right. What I'm going to do, I'm going to pop them in the glass. I'm going to stick all four in. There's probably liquid you can use to do this, but what I'm going to try and do is turn the glass. Yep, foams up. And just fill the glass with the oven cleaner. I do have my window open, so this is well ventilated. There we go, and the droid cocktail begins. It's just expanding. Okay, so I need that. Yeah, note to self for future videos, do a test beforehand. Oh, instant regret. Should have used a bigger container. I know, do you know what? I'm going to post this. I'm not going to hide the fact I've done this. Oh no. Okay. Oh god. Right, well, they're looking pretty covered, and I'm assuming, as with most foams, that it will eventually break down into a liquid and then cover the rest of them. My droids are there. Okay, yep, just trying to get that back in there. It's still expanding. Yeah, okay. So, I'm going to leave that. The instructions tell you to sort of leave it in your oven for about 30 minutes. I'm going to come back and check on this in 30 minutes, and I don't think it would have stripped the chrome. Hoping it doesn't dissolve the plastic. It shouldn't. I'm going to have a big droid mess. But it should remove the chrome. Famous last words. So we'll come back to this video later, and we'll see how it goes. Right, well, this has been sat for over half an hour. As you can sort of see in the light round, there is a definite difference.
Hello?
A bit longer in there. I got a phone call which interrupted my video, so they've probably been in there now, probably say for about an hour. So what I'm going to do now is, I've got a plate. It's not a Star Wars plate. I'm going to tip them out. Here we go. Oh, okay. Well, we've definitely had some colour removed. Got a cloth here, let's have a look. I guess if you've got sensitive skin, you should probably wear gloves. Partly rubbed off because it had green paint on the bottom. So obviously the person who owned it had marked it with green paint, so they knew it was theirs. And as you can see, that's left a little bit of the chrome on the foot. Oh, there was a little bit on the leg as well. But my thinking is, just by giving that a clean with a cloth. Oh yeah, it's got to come apart, I haven't broken it. Right, so that's still left some little bits of chrome on the leg. Oh, take this guy apart. Still a bit there on the leg as well. So generally, that's done a really, really nice job. Oh. So that has removed a lot of the chrome. There is still some little bits in there. So what I'll do is I'll get them all apart. Oh, this dude. Oh, lovely. Now that's what I was hoping for. I was hoping it was going to be the all dark brown plastic. So yeah, chuffed about that because I've always wanted. I've seen people online stripping their droids, and it's just a really, really nice colour. So it's different factories use different plastics. You can get some which are an amalgamation of lots of different colours. I'm not going to get that obsessive with it. I can see why you could, because it would be right interesting, just keep buying lots of different C3POs and stripping them. The sad thing about this one though, which there is actual damage to the leg. It's actually broken, but well, you won't really see that when it's on display. It's a shame because it's all brown. It's lovely. You may try and look for a brown leg online. And this was the Death Star Droid, and I have to say it's come up very nicely. If you look bits of silver still left on there. Of course, he doesn't come apart. You should didn't make all the droids with removable arms and legs because you could build them. It was like build a droid, which strangely enough they have done. So there we go. You can really see the detail as well in the moulding of the Death Star droid. It actually looks a little bit like the face looks more like 09 from The Mandalorian, which is quite an interesting fact. That it, I suppose, a bit more bug-eyed. So you can still see there is a little bit of difference in the plastic. So that one's quite white, and that one's quite orange. So a little bit orange. There's just difference. So I think that's worked quite nicely. What I'm going to do, I'm going to keep them on the plate. And then I'm going to give them another spray and then leave them again for a bit longer and see if it just gets those little extra bits of chrome off, and then come back to it and see how they're doing. But first impressions, I'm quite pleased with the way that's turned out. To be honest, this probably would have been the easiest way of doing it in the first place. The only problem is I'm spraying it everywhere. It's going over everything, so I'm gonna just put that there and create a little wall while I do it. I suppose the easiest place to do this would be your actual oven. There we go. Should have done that like that in the first place. So I'll leave that and I'll come back to it in half an hour. Okay, so that's another half hour now. I'm going to go give this a rinse off, give them a good wash, clean these up, and let's see how they are.
Thank the maker. This oil bath is going to feel so good.
I've taken off the oven cleaner, given them a good wash. They're just going to leave them now to air dry. I've given them a bit of a towel dry, but I'm going to leave them to dry off properly. So there could be water inside them. They look quite good. It's quite weird seeing them without their chrome coating. They would have been when they exited the factory. Well, being made in the factory. When they exited the factory, of course, they were chromed. So there's my two Death Star droids. Look a little bit like a CZ. And here is my bronzed C3PO. Now there is still a little bit of gold on this. Does tend to rub off. I'll give it a good scrub. There is a little bit of gold still showing in a couple of the nooks and crannies. Let's see if I can just scrape that off with a scalpel blade. That's embedded in there. Do you know what? Doesn't matter. I'm going to leave it. I quite like him. A little bit of a glue or something in there. What that is. A bit of a scratch off. All in all, I think this guy's turned out. It's a shame about the foot, but when he stood there and he's on a stand, you're not going to see his foot, so it doesn't matter. A little bit of a battle damaged C3PO. These joints are actually quite loose. It was obviously it was the removable limb one, has the little plastic bit in there. It's worn down. There is a way of tightening them up if you want to. You can use the bits you get on paintbrushes. You can get those, and the larger ones fits in. So I could actually just cut that down, pop that over the joint, So it goes in, cut that off, and then squeeze that in. There we go. And basically, joints as stiff as you like. So it's a good way of repairing any loose joints you've also got on your any of your old vintage C3POs. Just a case of getting the plastic. There we are. So get the plastic paintbrush cover on there, cut it off, and then again pull that into the joint. There we are. Super stiff. Could use plumber's tape, use toy ply. Can't do anything about the head. You could use a bit of plumber's tape, but it's going to show, and it doesn't matter because at the end of the day, he can stand up. So I think what I'll do is I'll get one of my torso sticker from my store. So I've made these torso stickers, and then I'll cut those out and I'll pick one of those. I'll probably just use the general protocol droid one and pop that around his middle, and it'll look quite effective. So yeah, quite chuffed with that. And then of course there is the yellow plastic one. The COO was country of origin was Hong Kong, and I think it should probably be 82. That one was Hong Kong 82 as well. So I guess it just depends what they had lying around in the factory. It determines what they what plastic they used. It could just been batches, different times. I think they obviously thought no one's ever going to see what's underneath. There is actually a group on Facebook called the Vintage Star Wars Droid Collectors Group. I've tried to join it. My request has never been accepted. I don't know if they just have a backlog or the person who runs it doesn't check it very often, but you can look at it. It's not locked. There's loads of really interesting versions of different types of droids that people have stripped, and they come in reds and greens and yellows and golds. So I may continue my exploration of stripping beta C3POs and seeing how I get on, see what I can come up with. But yeah, all in all, I'm quite happy. So this dude's quite good. Looks identical to a droids, the TV program droids. Go. Got one there. This is a Stan Solo one, not an original. You can see it's a bit yellower, but pretty much identical. Okay, so it's quite good. I noticed on this one there is still some little bits of gold, so again, see if I can just scrape that off with my Stanley knife. Yep, that works. It's come off. Ooh, a little bit there in the groove. Oh, I hate that noise. There we go, that's taken the rest of the gold off. There's still a little bit on the foot there. Take his leg off. There we are, it's the quickest way. Could have done it with sandpaper, but that's just as effective. There we go. A little bit there on his undercrotch. Undercrotch, is that a thing? Okay. Never thought I'd be scratching at C3PO's undercrotch.
Come on, R2, we're going.
So, there we go. That's me stripping droids. Glad I finished that sentence. It's banned on YouTube. So yeah, stripped my droids. So I will do another couple of videos. One will be painting this guy, and I've got another couple of droids which are in a poor shape, which I'll be doing in another video. So this one's a bit of a mess, quite beaten up, but if you notice, missing hands. So somebody decided to chop their hands off in some brutal Imperial torture gameplay. So I've got some printed hands that I've made, and I'm going to be repairing these guys and then touching them up. So that's going to be another video. So yeah, bit of a droid theme going on at the moment. So there we go. So I hope you've enjoyed that video, and I hope you've enjoyed my stripped naked droids. It's like droid porn. Yes, we're naked. Yes, you're naked too. I know. I need to get a life. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that. Again, be careful with oven cleaner. Don't do it in a confined space. I'm in quite a large area here. It doesn't look small. I've got my window open. Wear gloves if you've got sensitive skin using oven cleaner. Put a mask on. Not to protect you from, well, to protect you from COVID, but also to protect you from the fumes if you're not in a well ventilated room. And I'm going to leave these two to it, because they're yes, make some droid porn, which I think set up on a new channel. That's not going to happen.
I've heard people say that too much of anything is not good for you, baby. But
no one's going to watch that. No one wants to watch that. Anyway, so I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you want to see more in the future or suggest some potential future makes, please subscribe.
What a piece of junk!